Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. Today I will have a look at one of the biggest flat earthers on YouTube, and he's also very active. He's on a lot of podcasts trying to spread his gospel about the flat earth. So let's start this big dumpster fire.
I would also say that, I've been taught from birth, really, I suppose, that the Earth is a globe, and I've as of yet seen no or not reasonable enough evidence just to make me disbelieve that.
You were also taught that the government is here for your benefit.
Yeah.
Okay. You were also taught that becoming a human pincushion will save you from the boogeyman. Okay. You were also taught that oil was from dinosaurs.
Today I have looked at a podcast from a channel called Seeking I, and the guest is David Wise.
You were also taught 100 other things that are not true. So I'm just saying, what you were taught doesn't make it true. It means that's what you were taught. And the people that teach you are people that have an interest in keeping you controlled. So we'll go from there.
And David is starting with the usual conspiracy nonsense.
Believe, right? Because people want to be in social circles. They don't want to be outcast. They don't want to be laughed at. They don't want to be ridiculed. And Flat Earth used to do that. Now people are like, Flat Earth. People are converting so fast right now.
No, Flat Earth is not growing. It's not big at all. Here in Sweden, it's very hard to find a Flat Earther.
But it takes time and effort. And most people are like, you know what? I got my job. I get 2 weeks off, for vacation. I get weekends off. And in the summers, I get a half day on Friday. So life is good, right? That's not life. You're working, to pay for your power bill and your gas bill and your rent, right? So, you work your whole life for those things that shouldn't really cost anything. There's free energy here. There used to be free energy here. Available to everybody, and now we have to pay for it.
2 weeks? Here in Sweden, we have a minimum of 5 paid vacation weeks per year. And then the old nonsense about free energy. There are no free energy, and they have never been any free energy.
So we have proofs that we can prove that it's not a globe. Now, if you ask me, Dave, how's the flat earth made? What is it exactly? I don't know.
Let's listen to the last part once more.
Now, if you ask me, Dave, how's the flat earth made? What is it exactly? I don't know.
So Dave don't know what a flat earth is, how it looks and so on. Still, he claims that earth is flat.
But I can prove that it's a level, non-rotating, non-moving, topographical, horizontal plane.
No, David, I've never proven that it's not a globe, that it's not rotate and so on. That's pure nonsense.
I can prove it's not a globe of any size. I mean, it'd have to be 1,000,000 times bigger than it is for us to observe what we can observe, right? Like, for example, this ball, does it have curvature? Does this ball have curvature?
Yes. Yeah.
Of course it does. And if I take my finger and I go away, my fingernail will disappear behind the physical curvature. You can zoom in, still can't see it because there's physical curvature. So with the size that they give us a radius of the Earth and the circumference, we know what that curvature formula is using the Pythagorean theorem, and we can see too far.
1,000,000 times bigger. Oh dear. Do we have any evidence for that stupid claim? Of course not.
Our eyesight has an angular resolution limit. I'm not going to do the math here, but basically the angular resolution limits of our eyes compared to the Earth curve, alleged curve, is the exact same number to like the 5th decimal point. So they hijacked our eyesight and called it Earth curve.
I did look this up, and yes, 1 arc minute is correct if you talk about the eye, but that it corresponds with the distance to horizon, I can't find anything that corresponds with that statement.
Because we can't see forever. I can't see you in the UK. I'm on the shore of America. I'm on the East Coast. I can't see you because of the limits of our eyes and the light attenuation through the atmosphere. So here is, let me just show you first one. Here is, where's my symbol? All right. So if we look out here, do you see a boat on the horizon out here? Anywhere? No boat.
No.
Right.
I can't. No.
Now it's not because of curvature. It's because of the angles of our eyes. So as I zoom in, if you watch right about here, all of a sudden, as I zoom in, look, there's a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not zooming over the curve. I showed you can't zoom over the curve. I can see that boat. Now look, you notice there's waves here. If my finger was a wave, I can't hide that boat unless that wave was more in the foreground, and then I could hide the whole boat. Look,
Sure.
it looks like it's disappearing from the bottom up. And without an understanding of how our eyes work, you'd think, oh, that went over the curve. But I just proved it didn't because I can zoom in on it.
So how far away is that?
That's
boat?
a
So
great
the horizon
question.
is generally the horizon is generally what, 3 miles?
For a 6-foot
ground
person,
level?
it would be 3 miles.
Yeah.
But with waves, it would be less than 3 miles. It has to be perfectly calm, perfectly clear, and it
Fair
can't
enough.
be more than 3 miles.
And Dave didn't answer the question about the distance to the boat. I wonder why. David Weiss is a flat earther, so he are using the favorite cameras for flat earthers, Nikon P1000. These have a range from 24 to 3000 millimeters. This image is taken at 24 millimeters and this one at 900, so the P1000 goes up to 3000. The human eye corresponds to about 50 millimeters. This is how 50 millimeters looks from the same location. So what Dave is showing in the video have nothing to do with your eyes limitations. It's all about optics on the camera.
The interesting thing is you have to keep adjusting the telescope by millimeters at a time because it moves out of range of what you're seeing.
Yeah.
So something's moving.
So
Now, to me, sorry, just to finish off, to me that would be the Earth spinning.
So let
to
me
you,
ask
of course,
you a
it wouldn't be.
Well, hold on. Do you see the sun move across the sky?
Yeah.
Do you see the moon move across the sky?
Yeah.
Do you see the stars move across the sky?
Yeah.
Maybe they're just moving across the sky.
You said they were stationary.
No, we're stationary. The stars and everything in the sky circles Polaris.
The sun and moon don't rotate around Polaris, and the stars in the southern hemisphere don't rotate around Polaris. First, he showed our solar system and how the planets
stationary
moves.
lights. You said
Oh,
yes,
no,
they
no,
were
no, no.
stationary.
And then he claims
So
that
the warehouse lights can
all
be spinning.
planets,
Oh, I see.
skies,
Okay.
But when we're 5
stars,
miles apart, we
skies
see different stars. They're all
rotate
spinning around.
So they are moving.
So-
Okay.
And
let me ask a
then he
question.
claims the planet, when we are 5 miles apart, we see different stars. There.
We're taught that the planets all circle. Where is it? The planets all circle the sun, right? Not the scale.
Mhm.
The planets all circle the sun.
I'd hope not. Yeah.
Okay, then of course it's not the scale. So, not the scale. All right. So here's the Earth, and
Yep.
let's just say our angle of axis points up towards a star at the end of that line.
Mhm.
That's Polaris. It's the most important star to us because we're on Earth, and it lines up with our axial rotation.
Mhm.
If people lived on these other planets, would Polaris be a special star to them?
No.
No, of course not. All right. If the Earth was angled this way, we'd have a different star, and we wouldn't give a crap about Polaris because everything would be, from our point of view, would be circling there, right?
Sure.
And all these planets would have their own North Star. So that one's there, that one's there, this one's kind of pointing towards the sun, right? So it would only be important to them, right? But here's the issue. Second, that all of the planets, asteroids, Juno is an asteroid, all circle Polaris.
They don't circle the Polaris. Do you mean the stars they see? If that's the case, Mars, for instance, Jupiter, you see on the screen, they don't have Polaris in the center of the rotation of the stars. And the same with the rest of the planets. Or did this fool really mean that the planets are rotating around Polaris?
They all make perfect sacred geometry spirograph patterns, all circling Polaris.
He is really that stupid that he believes that the planets is rotating around Polaris. From the viewpoint on Earth, the planets is like other objects in the sky, stars. They are making star trails, and the center of that rotation is Polaris from our view, but it don't mean that they are rotating around Polaris. They are rotating around the sun.
When they should be circling the sun. Everything in the sky circles Polaris.
Right. It is in orbits when we say
they
circles.
all circle Polaris. We're not moving. They're moving. The wandering stars, aka planets, all do their spirographs around Polaris. All the stars make perfect circles around Polaris.
This must be some kind of record-breaking stupidity. He don't understand why, if you look up at the sky, stars and planets don't move exactly in the same way. The planets do not circle around Polaris. Oh dear, how can anybody be so stupid? So that was this podcast with Flat Earth David Wise, as a guest. As usual, he's presenting things as evidence without any kind of proofs. It's quite funny that he claims that we live on a flat Earth, but he also states that he can't describe the flat Earth, he can't explain how it works. And when he tries to present how the globe and the stars and so on are explained by real science, he might make up his own stories about it. And in the end, he comes to a typical flat earth conclusion. The Bible is a science book. And when it comes to real science, David Wise chose to cherry pick. He only believes science that confirms his silly ideas. So, David Wise, is he a fraud or is he a fool? Please put your votes in the comments section. I hope you liked this video. I will be back soon. Until then, have a great day. See you soon. Bye.